Hello everyone, my name is Manmohan Jain and I am a doctorate student in Electrical Engineering Department of Srivastava. The title of today's presentation is Photoluminescence Study of Silicon Oxycarbide Thin Film Deposited by Using Organic Silicon Precursor. Here you can see the table of content of my work which contains the main points of my presentation. So I am going to start with my introduction of my work. So as we know, silicon is one of the most abundant material in the earth's crust. So the silicon based material attracts so much attention due to its cost effectiveness. We also know it dominates the electronic industry, but due to its indirect band gap, it faces a lot of technological challenge for optoelectronic device. In figure 1, you can see the band structure of gallium arsenide and silicon material which have direct and indirect band gap. The main difference between these two materials are the momentum. In direct band gap, the momentum is around to 0, while in indirect band gap, the momentum is not equal to 0. So this is the main problem, which can be overcome by the help of the principle of uncertainty of Heisenberg. Here in figure 2, we can see the energy momentum diagram. If we decrease the silicon nanoparticle size, then the momentum will increase. And we can see a area of superposition of momentum, which can provide us the quasi-direct radiative recombination center, which may help us to develop the optoelectronic device in the future. If we talk about the application of our material, then it can be used for LED traffic light, optical fiber, solar cells, photodiodes, blue laser and telecommunication lasers. And if we talk about the background of our work, then silicon oxide, nitride, carbide and silicon oxycarbide layers have already shown their luminescence properties. But silicon oxycarbide matrix have numerous advantage properties over oxide and nitride, like chemical robustness, enhanced mechanical properties, compatibility in silicon based ICs, tunable refractive index, thermal and photo stability and wide band gap. Here in table number 1, you can see the autoignition temperature of different gases, where the autoignition temperature of silent gas is very low, while the autoignition temperature of MMS and TEOS which are very high, which provide us a safer precursor to use in laboratory. Except it, so many other groups have also deposited silicon oxycarbide with different materials, but nobody have done widely investigation with the help of MMS and TEOS material. So now if we will talk about the differences between MMS and TEOS material, then here you can see the molecular diagram and formula of MMS and TEOS. If we talk about the ratio of carbon and silicon, then in MMS it is 1:1, while in TEOS it is 8:1. The molecule of MMS is very small, that's why the probability of having dissociation of entire molecular is very high, while in TOS it is very low because of its very big molecule structure. And in MMS it allows obtaining films properties near closer to silicon carbide, while in TOS it is more closer to silicon oxide and dioxide. Now if we talk about objectives of our work, then our prime and main objective of our work is to explore and compare the effect of the variation of deposition time for the edge deposited silicon oxycarbide thin film by using organic silicon precursors, that is MMS and TEOS respectively. For this purpose, to develop silicon oxycarbide thin film by using OCAD CVD and optimize parameters of deposition, and to investigate the mechanism of the PL emission in silicon oxycarbide thin film. If we talk about the methodology, then we will deposit our sample by OCAD CVD and we will do structural and optical characterization and then collect and analyze the data. Here in figure 5 you can see the schematic diagram of OCAD CVD, and here you can also see the deposition condition and various parameters. Here we are going to vary the deposition time in our samples. If we talk about our results, then we will start from FTIR discussion of FTIR results. Here you can see that MS and TOS material both show shift from its stoichiometric value of silicon oxygen silicon absorption band and they are at 1025 and 1036, while its stoichiometry value is 1080 centimeter inverse. If we talk about silicon carbide absorption band, which is situated at 800 centimeter inverse, then in MEMS you can see that it is increasing with time, while it is very low in TOS material. Except it in both materials, both FTIR, we can see silicon oxycarbide bonding at peaks at 1100 centimeter inverse web number. If we talk about the XPS results of our samples, then here our figure number 7 and 8 both confirm the formation of silicon, oxygen and carbon content in our films. If we talk about the table number 2, it also confirms the silicon carbide in our MEMS deposited sample, while TOS deposited samples have a very high quantity of silicon oxygen oxide bondings. Here it is observable that the refractive index of MEMS deposited films is higher than TOS deposited thin films. The reason for this difference in the refractive index can be the compositional change of the thin films due to the different molecule dissociation process TOS and MEMS, which may subsequently change the refractive index. The changes in the bonding state of different thin films are easily observable from FTIR and XPS spectra also, which justify the variation of time, and the compositional variation of the film causes the change of the refractive index. A broad and intense spectra is observable in figure number 9 for the samples deposited with the help of MEMS and TEOS precursors, where a peak at 477 nanometer wavelength is observable for TEOS material, while another in MEMS we can see a peak at 2.13 electron volt or 580 nanometers, which is more redshifted in comparison to TEOS material samples. And in this way we can see that our sample have shown very intense PL spectra, which can be used in the future for optoelectronic device. The origin of PL can be understood through the analysis of FTIR, where the shift in the absorption band of SiO-Si stretching mode from its stoichiometry value represents the deficiency of oxygen in SiO-Si bonding. This compositional and/or stoichiometry variation in the oxide layer allow controlling the intensity of the luminescence and its spectral composition. Moreover, quantum confinement effect can also be one of the reasons for photoluminescence, which occur when the size of silicon nanoparticles is less than the Bohr radius. Except it, different types of defects like oxygen deficiency center and NBOSC defect can also be possible reason of this photoluminescence. So in conclusion, we have confirmed the formation of silicon oxycarbide thin film. Except it, the MEMS deposited samples have shown their nature more closer to silicon carbide, while the TOS deposited samples have shown their nature more closer to silicon dioxide. PL emission was discussed with based on different defect mechanism, and to investigate the region of PL emission in silicon oxycarbide, we need to do further characterization. If we talk about the future plans, development of silicon oxycarbide thin film using TOS and vinyl silane for PL downshifting for solar cell application and understanding their film properties, to analyze the effect of plasma and heat treatment of various gases like with hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen at different time and flow and temperature, to determine the origin of PL emission based on advanced characterization techniques such as TRPL, PLE and HRTM. Here these are the references which I used in this work. Now I want to thank my supervisor Dr. Yasuhiro Matsumoto, Dr. Atit Dutt, who is my co-supervisor, and Juan Ramon Ramos Serrano. Except it, I also want to thank IIM UNAM Malware Lab, Dr. Guillermo Santana, Dr. Sandra Rodil, Dr. Lazaro Huerta, Dr. Avila, Dr. Gabriel Romero Paredes, and Maestro Miguel Luna. Except it, I also want to thank the Electrical Engineering Department of CINVESTAB. Except it, if you have any queries and comments, you can tell me. If you want to collaborate with me for any work. This is my contact. Thank you so much.